Warning? This post contains spoilers for Don't Worry Darling. Florence Pugh's character is stuck in a simulation in Don't Worry Darling, but it is unclear if Alice's family knows what happened to her. Olivia Wilde's 2022 movie was shrouded in controversy leading up to its release, but the film itself delivered a surprising story based in a 1950s utopian city. Don't Worry Darling followed Alice as she came to realize that something is wrong with her life with Jack, Harry Styles, and her quest to discover the truth about their quaint town and the mysterious Victory Project behind its success. As Don't Worry Darling's ending reveals, Alice is one of many women living in a simulation on behalf of their husband's wishes. While viewers get to know Alice as a 1950s housewife who cooks, cleans, and faithfully loves her husband, the reality is very different. Don't Worry Darling shows glimpses of Florence Pugh's character's life in the real world before being forced to join the Victory Project simulation. The movie makes it clear that Alice is a successful doctor who works incredibly hard to provide for Jack. Not much else is known about her personal life outside the simulation, but the two live in a small apartment and have hit a rough patch in their relationship. Don't Worry Darling stops short of showing Alice with any family or friends in the real world, with Olivia Wilde's Bunny, the closest friend she has in the simulation. The vague exploration of Alice's real life in Don't Worry Darling creates a significant question for her. Does her family know what has happened to her? The movie makes it seem as though Alice has been part of the Victory Project simulation for quite some time. While she is living a happy life in the fake world, the reality is that Alice is strapped to a bead and unable to communicate with anyone in the outside world. This would mean that any family, friends, or co-workers that Alice has will not hear from her, while the sudden start of her time in Don't Worry Darling's Victory Project means she would have stopped any communications without any warning. It is possible that Jack has been covering for himself and Alice by communicating with anyone who reaches out, but otherwise, it would seem that Alice's family should be suspicious of what happened to her during Don't Worry Darling's events if they are regularly part of her life. Alice's family could help save her Don't Worry Darling fate. Alice's family or someone else in the real world who is close to her could be the key to saving her from a problematic fate. The movie's ending includes a sound of Florence Pugh gasping to tease that Alice wakes up in the real world after exiting the simulation. However, Don't Worry Darling also previously showed that Jack strapped Alice to their bed so she could not leave even if she escaped. What happens to Alice after waking up in the real world next to her dead husband is one of Don't Worry Darling's biggest unanswered questions. Unless Jack forgot to lock the restraints on her arms and legs, it would seem that Alice is stuck there. It is possible that Alice's family could learn what happened to her in Don't Worry Darling if they come looking for answers. The potential silent treatment would raise suspicions, so family or friends could come to her apartment for answers. This could allow someone to find Alice in her dire state and help set her free from Jack's restraints. Of course, whether she would survive would still depend on the speed that Alice's family finds her after Don't Worry Darling.